Hey guys, you guys are tuning in to iCup Clan League week number 5, Division B. One I think we're doing between Black Dragons and what I believe to be Salvation Army. Now I know Black Dragons we've been following. I haven't really been scrutinizing them as much as I've been doing for Walk and etc. And if you guys are just tuning in, my internet just like went out just randomly. So if the stream goes out, which it shouldn't normally now, but if it does, I do apologize. My router's kind of, I don't know, it's been messing up for it's been going on and off times where it's just like, oh, you're not gonna have internet for a day or what have you. But I got my 1 or 2 games in me, so this is gonna be part 1. Again, this is gonna be going through live streaming, so I'll upload the VODs to YouTube, of course. As I always prefer YouTube over Twitch, but Twitch does have its perks, live streaming does have its perks. You do get to see some awesome stuff, get co-casters, etc. Now we're gonna be going to 2v2. Now I'm not feeling like doing 2v2 first. Let's do Black Dragons Blade versus Salvation Army's Broadzada. That will be Aztec, I believe. Yeah, that's gonna be Aztec. So I'm gonna go back and go down to Google. And actually, I'm probably gonna do 1 game because that's how cool I am. Aztec is gonna be before. I'm really, really tired. I just kind of want to watch to StarCast, like a StarCraft podcast. Probably do some forums, do some casting, which I did, and whatnot. So getting in the game right here, or the map itself here. Like we were talking about before, you have a reverse ramp, so oftentimes you see a fast expand on this map, so you don't want to get contained from the part of your ramp. The reason for this is aggression. If that happens, it means that, you know, if there's ranged attackers, which again, I don't know the matchup between these players. I believe Black Dragon's Blade is Protoss, I believe. And that means like Dragoons up here gonna actually have 100% hit rate versus when you're down here actually have a less rate. So I mean, normal times aggression isn't as favored on other maps because you have a ramp, so it makes it a bit harder for an aggressive to go punch through a wall, except because you A, have a wall, and B, you have the high ground advantage. So with that in mind, I mean that this map you want to get an FE on. Your third can be over here with the gasless third, or up here. I've seen it down here before. A lot of times players will actually take it on the other try spawn location. You can spawn in the 5, 8, or 12 o'clock positions here. And center map is very, very open. Terran can get a lot of mech down here if we see a TVP. And yeah, very good for me to harass too. On the natural, there's also like you could siege a siegeable area up here on the high ground, which makes it really annoying. And I'll talk about that more in the game when we get in there. But without further ado, why don't we just get in the match? I mean, we've talked about this game for a little too long, but let me just go change the overlay before we do anything with that, because I just want to make sure I don't have to do this in game, because I like to talk about the game instead of talking about changing the overlay in game. So, you know, that's the one thing that I don't like about live streaming. So I wish there was an easier way for like Twitch to make it easier to edit stuff. But on there, like when I was using Sony Vegas to edit, it was like, yeah, like you could like do it with fine detail, and I already had like a template set up for it. So with that regard, Salvation Army, it was like really a lot faster in my opinion, and I could just go right in the cast and just start casting. Salvation Army is going to do a little bit of tweaking here, kind of make them a little bit smaller, sadly. Salvation Army, and Largo is no longer going to be Largo. It is going to be, well, it's just, I only know Blade, so it's just changed his name to Blade. BD Blade, or Black Dragon's Blade. He's not purple, I'm just changing his color because, or his name, because he's cool. And alright, first and last game of the series of the night, ladies and gents. I'm excited for this. Black Dragons is a very fun team to cast, and let's get in this game right now. So spawning at the bottom right hand expansion, it will be the Red Zerg Salvation Army's you can see his name in the overlay, which I'm about to change. And Black Dragon's Blade, and I was right, he is a Protoss player. And I believe he does like to, oh, I know, he likes to go fast DTs. So we'll see if that's going to happen in his PVZ. And we're going to go change Largo to Bronza, because that's what we do of Wk.5 Brozoa. Oh, Brozoa. Brozoza. And we're going to go change the colors. Brozoza, because Brozoa is red. That blood red, awesome color. And Blade's going to be white. The boring white color. But yeah, Blade, I was like Blade. I don't know, I've always remembered him for being BD Blade. I don't really know why that has stuck, sounded like a superhero name to me, but yeah, we'll be getting the good lucky scout off with that initial scouting probe over here. Same thing with that overload, we'll be able to get in to see what Blade is up to, which may not make a very interesting game, because most of the time I've seen Blade, you know, going for a fast DT. Now it looks like we're going to be seeing Forge first, which on this map, I mean, it depends. I mean, you could probably go Nexus first. I've seen it before. I mean, you can get away with it. I mean, the one thing you have to watch out for is Pool before that, which is actually somewhat moderately interesting. Maybe he's trying to go in before you get to DTs. Maybe he knows what Blade's playstyle is. But, I don't know. I just wanted to keep that out there. Also, guys, if I'm dropping too many frames, just let me know. Comment on one of the YouTube videos. It's probably going to be the best way to contact me. Or on the server, as I'm not really actually, as I'm not on D&D anymore. But, it's a risk versus reward thing. Sometimes you get some interesting things that people lay off to you. But, yeah, it looks like we were seeing Pool before Hatch. Probably just getting those extra links out a little bit faster. Nah, I mean, Forge, I don't think we're going to see a link bust on this map. It's just too long. I mean, the distance is this. It's literally like cross position of the Fighting Spirit, this map, if you have to spawn. Now, like I was saying in the cast beforehand, I just want to talk about this. The high ground, look at this. You can siege up here. You can even get lurkers to attack the 2 or even 3rd mineral patch in the gas. So that can do pretty effective. Same thing with meatless harass. You can get up here, harass all you want. You can harass behind here. This is a little bit harder to harass the main as there's so much space. But, well, actually, that probably actually helps. But you can put up a lot of turrets and stuff right here. Versus here, where sometimes it's actually harder to harass because you have to go through there. It's much more condensed to get stuff in there, but it depends on how you look at it. But first initial links are coming out of Bronza here. We'll see if this is going to do a lot of damage here. First cannon up, second cannon is going down. That is not a tight wall, I believe. It has to be the gateway has to be slightly further down, I think, in order to be a interesting. And MVP walk has left, sadly, but that is the case here. Oh no, he's back in there. MVP walk. Kind of said we didn't see any walk games, but Brozoa is going to be scouting, going into the main right there with that OV Lord, and that we'll be getting up a couple probes right there. Not even overreacting at that all. MVP, that's funny. I guess one of the downsides of not being on /D&D to get all the notifications, but. Seemingly it's going to be going down, so we'll see what tech's coming up right now. If we see double gas, probably fast DTs. Now, we'll see. I mean, DTs is the trademark Blade move here. We're seeing Brozoa actually taking an early 3rd. So, I mean, DTs are going to be Blade's playstyle. Now, again, that's been consistent in his TVPE and his PvP. PVZ, I'm not sure if I've seen it, but again, he does have Blade, and he does have, and they, Templar, Dark Templar, excuse me, do have Blade, something, Dark Blade, or whatever their abilities are. But what tech are we seeing? Lair is coming up right about now. Oh, not like super fast, but Guardslight is coming up right now. And that 3rd. Now, this is going to be an investment for sure. Taking this base with Zerg requires a lot of SimCity to be effective. It can be easily countered off, because remember, you can't build stuff here. So you have to know how to wall off effectively, and you need to put down a lot of sunkens, and you need to reproduce this in very fast, but it looks like we're seeing standard opening in TVP for everything at Stargate. Probably follow this up. Maybe faster Templar Archives, but probably see like a 6 minutes Templar Archives possibly is probably the fastest way to get DTs out without going like crazy with them. But, yep, Probe will be making the way. We'll be seeing that third base here. Now, we'll see how he's going to react to this. Now, a third base, or the early third build, is what we're seeing out of Brozoa right here. He's going to be getting his Spire out. So, interesting. Not going for a Hydro Blast off the third base. So, now, this is going to change it up a little bit. Now, what are we seeing here? We're seeing Stargate coming up right now. Probably speaking since... okay, he's going Gateway, essentially. Okay. Well, I think the correct move to do this is probably get +1 and get Corsair. Get double Stargate, but I'm not quite sure if he knows about that Spire coming in. He doesn't have the Robo facility out. So, I feel like Blade is not going to be in the most optimal position right now. He's not going to have... He has +1, but he's not going to have Mutalisks. And... yeah, that's just going to be a problem. I mean, Corsair are going to be okay, but I mean... when we're seeing a 3-base Muta that are going to be left untouched, we need to see some kind of difference here. What we need to see here is what we're going to have to see is we need to see a counter push coming from the Zealous like straight away when he sees those Mutalisks here. But the problem is that's not going to happen because the issue that we would be seeing there is that okay, I'm dropping frames like crazy. Hold on, let me pause it. Let me just stop my thing.